Yo, what's poppin'? I am going to discuss the American Tornado now that every member except for two has entered Owl, or except for one has entered Owl. Two currently not in Owl. But yeah, I'm going to talk about what they're doing, where they're going, what their role is on their team, like as a starter, as a whatever, and see yeah, just talk about what's going on, really. So. Starting off, we have Beast Halo, who was actually on the Toronto Defiant before he joined. He was on loan, I believe, to AT, so he's kind of like fake in this, not really real. Anyway, Beast is currently not playing with anywhere, I believe. Yeah, he's retired after Toronto Defiant. Didn't have that great of a time on Toronto. Uh, yeah, not great. I don't even know if he was he even that main tank here? Yeah, I guess he was. So yeah, it was this Toronto roster did not fare too well in the end. So Beast was I guess the starter on Toronto, but it was a very mid team as Toronto is always, and he didn't go further with it. So that's it for Beast. But I'll talk about Ice now too. Ice, the only other member who is not currently in Owl or signed to Owl, because Speedily also is not in Owl. And I guess sugar free also, if we can count sugar free down here. So sugar free also not in owl. Oh shit, my bad. Um, could could definitely be if he wanted to be, but that boy is not. Yeah, that boy's not in owl currently, and probably won't be unless he wants to be, I guess. But so yeah. Then other than that, there was Iced, who is currently playing with Redbirds still, I believe, right? Oh, Maryville. My bad. Yeah, yeah. He's with Maryville. Yeah. Um, so yeah, Iced hitscan player. I don't see him joining Owl as it is right now. I don't know what hitscan player he would replace anywhere, to be honest with you. But yeah, I don't see that vision. Maybe he could. Maybe he goes to Boston or something for fun. I kind of doubt it. But yeah, so then other than that, we have Cucumber or Kaluge as we know him now. Of course, he is San Francisco Shock's only tank and looks to be quite strong and going places with Shock this year, perhaps. For, like right now, top three after a weekend, so it's not a lot, but yeah. Normally off tank, but he's just playing it all now because why not? Then we move on to Sam. Reddit haters are quiet. Sam also on Shock. He joined after Kaluge did, or no, no, no. He joined before Kaluge did. Yeah, significantly. Uh, Perhaps we can theorize that Sam helped Kaluge get on this roster. Who knows? But Sam looked very strong. Uh, the doubters were silenced, and he looks to be a real contributing member of this shock. Probably splits time with Kilo, but that's just how it is. Moving on to Aspire, we saw Aspire go on loan to Toronto or get a two-way contract with Toronto because I believe their whole roster was like sick and they needed someone quickly. He impressed a lot on that roster, and it did secure another contract with Toronto for the rest of the season, and now into a contract with Vancouver as well. So, getting that little shot in Owl, showing that he is Owl ready, Owl worthy, it's huge, it's massive, and it's great. He was the first. Well, other than yeah, he was the first like original member of AT to make it to Owl because Beast was on Toronto before he joined. So yeah, the first original uh, American Tornado player to join Owl. Maybe yeah. Okay, so that is just that. We have Speedily, who is currently underage for Owl, but he is on the already stacked Atlanta Reign. So he comes in. He's gonna get playtime for sure, no doubt. Right, Speedily has been one of the best Overwatch players from America since the game existed, and he was like 4 years old. So yeah, looking to add to an already very threatening Atlanta Reign, and will for sure end up starting. Of course, you see Atlanta ends up taking a lot. Takes Speedily and the backline, who I will get into in a bit. Hydron, of course, on Florida Mayhem, looked very strong after after week one. So very good coming up for Hydron. Whoops, that's Twitter. My bad. Hitscan maybe gets benched for XE more often than not now. It's hard to say. Maybe some double Hitscan comes out, but you would expect XE to play more than him probably. It's hard to say. Hydron looked very strong, so if he does it, it's not a huge difference. Wub, of course, just got signed. Made the video on him yesterday. Huge for Paris. Not huge. It's significant for Paris. I expect he'll get some playtime for sure. We'll see if how he does right out the gate. If he gets any playtime this week. Don't be surprised if he doesn't. Then he probably hasn't scrimmed with them very much, so it's not a it's whatever, not a huge deal. But I expect some Wub gameplay in the future. Then we have Reiner, the the dude, the guy, the big guy for the LA Gladiators. Their main tank in the role that he played in Overwatch 1 and also in what we're seeing in Owl currently, being the main dude that's being played. He played every map except for one, and he's won all his maps. So for sure, see him being a superstar. We see most of American Tornado would probably make up, if there was a World Cup again, would probably make up Team USA. Most of these roster. Maybe I'll do something on that. I can't see many other. Let me quickly look. What other American players could sneak in? Dante, maybe. Uh, yeah, Dante maybe is the only one. I guess they're all American. The American Tornado is almost all the Americans. Gator Hawk, you could expect maybe. But yeah, so this is basically going to be what if there's another World Cup, you'll see a lot of these names on the Team America, Team USA roster, and you'll also see False on the Canadian one probably. So definitely a lot of best in class on this roster. Moving on to OG and UV, I'll just do them together because they are going to be the one of the best backlines in NA this year for sure, right? They have so much talent. They're so good. UV unmatched almost completely by anyone. I would say he's definitely one of the best. So is OG. So obviously Superstar. This is one of the best teams in Overwatch, right? Uh, Especially outside of Owl. Maybe the best, for sure, the best NA team. The best Western team for sure. To not be an Owl. So very good, very talented. And we have False, who is the only tank for Vancouver, of course. He's looked not as great as someone like Reiner might have, but I mean, you can't all be the best ever. But definitely, probably, there's only like three Canadians in the league, right? Crimzo, False, and is there any? Just one more, isn't there? No, there just isn't. There's just two Canadians in the league, so he's a top two Canadian player. Shout out to that. So yeah, I don't really know what else the goal of this video was. Just a brief overlook of what American Tornado, how much they've done as a org, and yeah, almost all of them has made the Owls, so definitely one of the best developed teams. Great, great stuff coming out from them. Yeah. So yeah, uh, drop a comment below if you got any comments to make. Hit a like button, hit a subscribe button, perhaps the whole thing. And yeah, thanks. Have a good one.